89.5 KPOO San Francisco. Good morning, everyone. I am DJ Lamont, and this is the Fingersnaps Music Salon, which is concluding the San Francisco Street-inspired house mix, featuring the lovely track by Pevin Everett with I Can't Believe I Loved Her. And that's in spirit of Valentine's Day, the now past Valentine's Day of 2012. And that was the Calypso mix. And before that, you heard from DJ M1 with Get It Up, and that's Funky House out of London. Those guys are doing it big over there, so I just wanted to say what's up, and I'm enjoying your music across the pond way over here in San Francisco. We also heard from Ursula Rucker from Philadelphia. Remember Ursula? With Untitled Flow. Somewhat apologize for the harsh lyrics, but it's within the context of her story, so I hope you didn't was not offended by it, because she is telling a story about life and love. And we also heard another track, which I love dearly, from out of London. That's DKD, Future Rage, better known as the Four Hero Crew, better known as DJ Dago from London, and that's Future Rage. I had the opportunity to hear that song several years ago. There's a local DJ from London, Tony Green, better known as Capital A. He invited Dago to play at Milk here in San Francisco. And he was playing that track, Future Rage, but it was a white label at that time. It was on 12-inch. And Diego just flew in from London. He wasn't feeling very well, but he maintained his obligation to spend that evening. And I asked him, I said, what is that? It was fascinating to me, the vocal arrangements, the beats, the kicks and the drums and so on and so forth. He just said, it's black music, man, it's black music. And he told me the name of the artist and the song, and it was his production, but I did not remember the name of it. And then many, many years later, I would say almost 7, 8 years later, I was in Amoeba Records here in the city, and a dear old friend, Kevin Koga, was working there. And I walked in, and he says, here, you got to have this. You got to take this home with you. And I said, okay. I didn't really know who it was. He just said, it's fascinating. It's out of London, and it was a discounted price, and I put the track on, I put the CD on, and I heard Future Rage, and I'm like, wow, this is exciting. It took me 7 years to learn this song and to get it in hand, and it was given to me by a musicologist, a music enthusiast, a music lover. And so yes, I was so happy to find that track. And before that, you heard from Real People featuring Nathan Haynes with Spiritual. And we heard some from Sejai with Elevator. And Whitney Houston, the now late, great Whitney Houston, with The Greatest Love of All. And that's a song that I sing to myself quite often. I remember that song was originally done by George Benson, I believe, because I remember I used to hear that song when I used to go clubbing when I was 14, don't tell anyone, back in the day, and I remember his version of that. And Whitney Houston covered as a ballad this song back in the late 80s. Or was it early 90s? I'm not sure exactly. And then Club 69 did a house remix of it. For those that remember that beautiful box set featuring Whitney Houston, the unreleased mixes of Whitney Houston. And it came out in around 1995, no, around 98, 99. And I remember seeing that record in the store, that box set in the store, but I was too frugal to buy it. And I was working in radio that time, and I was hoping that it would come in through the radio station so I can pick up a promotional copy for myself, but it never happened. And then a very dear friend of mine, DJ Milestone, gifted me the unreleased Whitney Houston remixes for my birthday several years ago. And I just mentioned to him that I was looking for it, and he found it, and he presented it to me. And what a sound and beautiful gift that keeps on giving and giving. And it's really interesting. Last Tuesday, again, when I was getting into some of my emotional slumps, I pulled out this remix of Greatest Love of All, and I put it on. And I was just so amazed with the quality of the recording. For those that are audiophiles out there, for those that take that extra time to really listen to qualitative recordings, not just the song itself, but the recording, the technical aspects of a song. And I was so amazed. I put this 12-inch on. It was just kicking ass. The vocals, the beats was just so pronounced and strong, and I called Nathan right away and said, hey, thank you again for that beautiful box set. I said, it's amazing that this music that was recorded to vinyl, the quality of the recording. And I said, I haven't featured any of Whitney Houston's remixes in my house setting. I'm going to have to work some in. And then this past weekend she passed. So yes. But one of my favorite lyrics from the song "The Greatest Love of All" is where she says, or where the lyrics read, "I decided long ago to never walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live how I believe." I chant that song to myself quite often because when I are doubtful about things or feeling hopeless about things or just need a boost, I normally channel and chant that particular lyric in my head to remind myself that it's okay and I can live by my own vision and I can live by my own purpose and I don't have to follow the rules and regulations of our society, that I can do my own thing. And so yes, so in tribute to the late great Whitney Houston, and I got a few soul ballads that I'm going to play within the New Jazz and Soul series of the Fingersnaps Music Salon, so make sure you tune in. And we started things off with Beat and Soul featuring Dawn Tallman, and it starts with You. Yes, and that was the San Francisco Street inspired house mix. I had to mix that in my studio. When was that? Sunday night around midnight. I had the volume very, very, very low because I did not want to disturb my neighbors, and because it was cold and rainy out over the weekend, so I didn't have a chance to get out on the street. But hence the name. I want to keep the name, the San Francisco Street Inspired House Mix, because nevertheless I live in San Francisco and the streets do inspire me because this is a fascinating city from time to time. You are tuned to 89.5 KPOO San Francisco. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure, always a pleasure to spend my time with you and to program and to share music with you. You can check me out at fingersnaps.net. You can also check out KPOO.com. We stream all around our wonderful world, so you can carry us with you wherever you go. And for those that are beyond San Francisco, for those that are beyond California, and for those that are beyond United States of America, I thank you for listening to us, and so you can feel the vibe of San Francisco, California, and what we're doing here. You are tuned to 89.5 KPOO San Francisco. We are coming back with the New Jazz and Soul series of the Fingersnaps Music Salon.
Hi, this is Sister Juanica, and you don't want to miss the Uplift broadcast every Tuesday from 12 to 4 here at 89.5 FM, featuring the music and the wisdom of John William Coltrane. That's every Tuesday from 12 to 4 at the People Station, KPOO in San Francisco.
Are you using Impregnant? Or do you know someone who is? Drugs and alcohol can cause your baby to be born too small with birth defects